now let's move on to our layout ribbon tab. First is the margin. So adjust margins, set the margin sizes for the entire document of the current selection. So you could just click on this down arrow and choose a predefined margins. Let's say narrow. So you can see the effect of that margin. You could also choose a different one, moderate, or you could also choose wide, or if you want to customize your own margins, just click on custom margins and then set the margins for top, left, bottom, and also the right. So once you click OK, so as you can see, the custom margin is now applied on your document. So you could also change the orientation of the page. So give your paper or gives your pages a portrait or landscape layout. So by default, this is a portrait. So you could change that into landscape. So this is how it looks like. So let's just change it back to portrait. The next one is the size or paper size or page size. Choose a paper size for your document. Let's say tabloid or legal, or let's say statement, but most of the time we use the A4. Okay. Next one is the column. So let me um, generate another random text. Let's say yet let's type run function, and then for columns, split your text into two or more columns. So let's try to choose two. So by default it's one. Once you click on two, it splits into two columns. Okay, so there's a problem here in the shape of the arrow. You could also choose a different columns, let's say three or four, or left, sorry, and right. Okay, so those are the columns. So you could also, let's change it back to two column form, and then you could also add a line in between this splitted columns of text by just clicking on the line between, and then apply it by clicking OK. So as you can see, a line in between has appeared. Okay, and then the next one is the break. So you could have a page break, and also the line numbers. So continuous. So each line will be labeled with a number. Hyphenation. So for example, automatic. So we cannot see any word that should be hyphened, or it's so just like this one. So it's hyphenated off even on another device. So we put a hyphen here, or document. So the document here has a hyphen. So I mean to say this word has a continuation up to the next line. Okay. So let's say none. So it's not hyphenated now. Okay. Next is the left indent, and then the right before, or these are the spacing, and then this one is the indentation. So let me increase the indent of this paragraph. So as you can see, the effect of the indent, as I increases the number of the indent of left, it would move towards the middle. Okay, so let's change it back to 0. And then for the spacing, let's say I highlighted this uh, paragraph. So if I add a before spacing, so before it reaches this line, it has a spacing of 42 point. Okay, and same goes for the after this set of words or paragraph. Once you increase this, the next line would have a spacing with 36 point. Okay, so as I decrease this, it will move the next line towards to the highlighted text. I could choose the auto to set to set it automatically. Okay, so the next one is the selection pane. So it has something to do with the shapes or objects on your document. So let's say I have a square here, and then I accidentally hide it behind the circle. So in order for us to show the square, let's just click on the selection pane, and then you could just hide the circle or oval, and then select the rectangle, put it outside, and then show the oval. Or let's say you could also click on the rectangle directly without hiding the oval, and then move it outside the circle. Or if you want to change its positioning, say for example I want to bring it forward, so you could just click on this one, so it's now bring forward. Okay, same goes for backward, so you could just send it backwards. Okay, so you could also use the align, so align left, it depends on your paper, align right, align uh, top, so it's on the top, align middle, align bottom, so it depends on your alignment. So you could also rotate this one, say for example this arrow here, you could use the rotate 90 degrees or 180, or flip vertical or horizontal, so it depends on your preferences. So that's all for the layout ribbon tab.